Good day, my friends. Today I want to speak directly to your heart because I know that life can be overwhelming. There are seasons when you feel weighed down, when the joy seems distant, and you wonder if things will ever change. But let me tell you, this is not the end of your story. You are not alone, and you are not forgotten. Maybe you've been fighting silent battles, carrying burdens that no one else sees. But I want to encourage you today. There is hope, there is healing, and there is a brighter tomorrow waiting for you. You see, depression tries to convince you that the darkness will never lift, that the struggle will never end. But let me remind you of this powerful truth. You were created for joy, for peace, and for victory. No storm lasts forever, and no night goes on without a morning. Now, I'm not saying that the journey will always be easy. There will be days when the weight feels heavy. But here's what I want you to do. Shift your focus from what's wrong to what's possible. Instead of dwelling on what's missing, start thanking God for what's still in front of you. Instead of replaying the pain, start speaking life into your future. I believe that each and every one of you has something powerful within you. Depression is not your destiny. Sadness is not your identity. You are stronger than you feel, more loved than you know, and more capable than you realize. So today, I encourage you, don't give up. Keep moving forward. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. Speak words of faith over your life. Remind yourself daily that better days are coming. There is a purpose for your life. And I believe that joy, peace, and healing are on their way to you. Hold on, stay strong, and walk in the victory that is already yours. Absolutely. Here's an expanded version of the "You Are Not Alone" section without a subtitle or conclusion. Sometimes life can feel like a lonely road. You may be surrounded by people but still feel unseen, unheard, and misunderstood. You may wake up each day carrying a weight in your heart that no one else seems to notice. And in those moments, the enemy whispers, "No one cares. No one understands. You're in this all by yourself." But let me tell you, that is a lie. You are not alone in this battle. Even in your quietest struggles, even in the moments when you feel forgotten, there is a presence walking beside you, lifting you up when you don't have the strength to stand. There are people who love you, who care about you more than you realize. There are voices that will encourage you, but you have to be willing to reach out. You don't have to fight this on your own. Maybe you've convinced yourself that no one would understand what you're going through. Maybe you think your pain is too deep, your past too complicated, or your burdens too heavy for anyone else to carry. But let me remind you, we were never meant to go through life alone. No one is perfect, and no one is without struggles. Every person you see has fought their own battles. And just as others have overcome, you too can rise above what you're facing today. When life gets tough, don't isolate yourself. The hardest thing to do when you're feeling down is often the most important. Reach out. Talk to someone. Share your heart. You don't have to have it all figured out before you ask for help. There is strength in community, healing in connection, and comfort in knowing that others have walked this path before you. Even in the darkest moments, when the silence feels overwhelming and you don't know what to say, remind yourself, you are seen, you are loved, you are valued, you were created with purpose. And this season of struggle will not last forever. There are brighter days ahead, and you don't have to walk toward them alone. Don't allow him. There are moments in life when it feels like the weight of the world is pressing down on you. The nights seem longer, the days feel heavier, and the road ahead looks uncertain. You may have tried to shake off the sadness, to push through the pain, but it keeps coming back, whispering that things will never change. But I want to tell you today, there is always hope. Hope is not just wishful thinking or blind optimism. Hope is the quiet assurance deep in your spirit that says, this is not how my story ends. It's the belief that no matter how tough things get, no matter how long the struggle lasts, better days are ahead. The situation you're facing right now is not permanent. The darkness may be real, but so is the light that's coming. Maybe you've experienced setback after setback. Maybe the dreams you once had feel out of reach. But let me remind you, just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it never will. Some of the greatest breakthroughs come after the longest seasons of waiting. What you're going through is not meant to break you. It's preparing you, shaping you, and strengthening you for what's next. Hope is what keeps you moving forward when everything in you wants to quit. It's what reminds you that no matter how hard things feel today, Tomorrow holds new possibilities. It's what gives you the courage to take one more step, to hold on just a little longer, to believe that something good is on the way. You don't have to figure everything out at once. You don't need to have all the answers. But if you hold on to hope, if you refuse to give in to despair, you'll find that strength rises within you. You'll discover that even in the midst of uncertainty, there is still something beautiful ahead. Your best days are not behind you. The challenges you're facing are not permanent. The sun will rise again, joy will return, and you will come out stronger than before. There is always hope. There is something inside you, something powerful, something extraordinary. You may not always see it, and life may have tried to convince you otherwise, but let me tell you today, you were created for more. You were not made to live weighed down by fear, anxiety, or depression. You were not designed to struggle through life, barely making it from one day to the next. No, you were created with a purpose, with a destiny that is greater than what you are facing right now. You are not an accident. You are not here just to survive. You are here to thrive, to grow, to rise above, and to walk in the fullness of the life that was meant for you. Maybe life has knocked you down. Maybe you've gone through disappointments, heartbreaking challenges that made you question your worth. But let me remind you, your past does not define you. Your struggles do not determine your future. What you've been through is not the end of your story. There is more inside you than you realize. Sometimes we settle for less because we forget who we truly are. We accept the lies that say, this is just how life is. This is all I'll ever be. But that is not the truth. There is greatness within you. There are dreams inside you that haven't come to life yet. There is strength in you that hasn't been fully tapped into. There are victories ahead of you that you haven't even imagined. Don't let your current situation make you forget what you were made for. Depression may tell you that you're stuck, that things will never get better, but it is wrong. There is a fire in you, a resilience that cannot be broken. You may feel weak right now, but inside there is a fighter. You were not created to stay in a place of pain forever. You were created for joy, for peace, for purpose, and for more than you can even see right now. So lift your head, shake off the doubt, stand tall and remind yourself, I was made for more, because you were, and your best days are still ahead. Life has a way of pulling our attention toward what's wrong, what's missing, and what's not working. When you're struggling, it's easy to focus on the pain, the disappointments, and the things that haven't gone your way. But if you want to move forward, if you want to break free from the weight of depression, you have to change your focus. What you choose to focus on will determine how you feel, how you think, and ultimately how you live. If you constantly dwell on the negative, what went wrong, who hurt you, what you lost, then it's only natural to feel defeated. But what if you started looking at what's still good in your life? What if you shifted your focus from what's broken to what's possible? Instead of waking up thinking about everything that's wrong, start thanking God for what's right. Instead of replaying the past, start speaking life into your future. Instead of focusing on your weaknesses, remind yourself of your strengths. When you change your focus, you change your perspective. And when you change your perspective, you change your life. I'm not saying to ignore reality. I'm not telling you to pretend like everything is perfect. But I am saying that even in the middle of your struggle, there is still something to be grateful for. There is still hope. There is still purpose. There is still something ahead of you that is worth fighting for. The mind is powerful. If you focus on defeat, you'll feel defeated. But if you focus on victory, you'll start to rise. If you focus on how far you have to go, you'll feel overwhelmed. But if you focus on how far you've already come, you'll realize that you're stronger than you thought. No matter what you're facing, you have a choice. You can choose to stay stuck in negativity, or you can choose to shift your focus toward faith, hope, and the good that is still ahead. The moment you start seeing things differently is the moment everything begins to change. So today, make the decision, change your focus, and watch how your life transforms. The words you speak have power. They can lift you up or bring you down. They can push you forward or hold you back. And when you're battling depression, when life feels heavy, the words you speak over yourself matter more than ever. That's why I want to encourage you today. Speak life over yourself. It's easy to fall into the trap of negative self-talk, I'll never get better. I'm not strong enough. Nothing good ever happens to me. But those words are not the truth. When you say those things, you're reinforcing the very feelings you're trying to overcome. Instead of speaking defeat, start speaking victory. Instead of declaring what's wrong, start declaring what's possible. Even when you don't feel strong, say, I am strong. Even when you don't feel loved, say, I am deeply loved. Even when you don't see a way out, say, a way is being made for me. Your words shape your reality. What you speak over yourself today will impact how you live tomorrow. So stop agreeing with the lies that tell you you're not enough, that you're broken, that you'll never be free. Start speaking life. Say, I have purpose. I have a future. I have what it takes to overcome. It might not change overnight. You might not feel different right away, but the more you declare words of hope, strength, and faith, the more your heart will start to believe them. And when your mindset shifts, everything around you starts to change. So today, make a commitment. No more negative self-talk. No more agreeing with defeat. From this moment forward, choose to speak life over yourself. Choose to believe that healing is possible, that joy is returning, that the best is still ahead, because it is. And the words you speak will help bring it to life. The people and influences around you shape your thoughts, your emotions, and your outlook on life. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, by people who drain your energy, by voices that bring you down, by environments that make you feel small, it's no wonder you struggle to find joy. But here's the truth. You don't have to stay in that place. You have the power to change what surrounds you. If you want to rise, if you want to break free from depression and step into a life of peace and purpose, you have to be intentional about who and what you allow into your life. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who remind you of your worth, who speak life into you when you forget how to speak it over yourself. Find a community that supports you, that encourages you, that believes in you even when you struggle to believe in yourself. But it's not just about people. What are you feeding your mind every day? Are you constantly taking in negative news, toxic social media, or conversations filled with gossip and complaints? Or are you filling your heart with things that inspire you, that motivate you, that remind you of the good still in this world? The music you listen to, the shows you watch, the words you read, all of it affects how you feel. So choose wisely. I'm not saying to cut people off or ignore real problems. But I am saying that your peace is too valuable to let negativity steal it. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to walk away from conversations that leave you feeling worse. It's okay to distance yourself from anything that dims your light. The more you fill your life with positivity, the more you surround yourself with hope, encouragement, and truth, the stronger you become. Depression may try to pull you down, but when you have the right people and the right influences around you, you'll always find the strength to rise again. So be intentional. Choose joy. Surround yourself with positivity and watch how your spirit begins to change. When you're struggling, when the weight of depression feels overwhelming, the idea of change can seem impossible. You may look at where you are and wonder, how will I ever get to where I want to be? The journey may seem too long, the climb too steep, and the effort too exhausting. But let me remind you, you don't have to do everything at once. You just have to take small steps forward. Progress doesn't happen overnight. Healing is not instant, but every little step you take, no matter how small, moves you closer to freedom, to joy, to the life you were created for. Maybe today, that small step is just getting out of bed. Maybe it's reaching out to a friend, going for a walk, or simply choosing to replace one negative thought with a positive one. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be forward. So often, we focus on how far we have to go and we get discouraged. But don't discount the power of small victories. Every step matters, every effort counts. Even if you don't feel different right away, even if progress seems slow, keep moving. Because step by step, little by little, you are building strength. And before you know it, you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start where you are, do what you can, and trust that every small step is leading you towards something greater. You may not see the full picture yet, but I promise you, if you keep moving forward, even at the slowest pace, you will get to where you're meant to be. So don't give up. Don't let fear or discouragement hold you back. Just take the next small step, then another, and another. Because even the smallest step in the right direction is still a step toward victory. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Keep moving forward. When you're feeling trapped by the weight of depression, it can feel like you're stuck in chains. The heaviness weighs on your mind, on your heart, and on your spirit. It can seem like nothing will ever change, that you'll never be free from the darkness. But I want to remind you today, faith and positivity can break those chains. Faith is not just about believing that things will get better someday. Faith is the belief that no matter what you're facing right now, God has already made a way for you. Even when you can't see the path ahead, you can trust that He is working behind the scenes, that He is making all things new, and that you are not forgotten. Your faith holds the power to move mountains, to break strongholds, and to bring healing where there seems to be none. But faith alone isn't always enough. Faith needs positivity to fuel it. Positivity isn't about denying the reality of your struggles. It's about choosing to see the potential for change. It's about believing that better days are coming even when the evidence isn't clear yet. Positivity is what helps you keep going when you feel like giving up. What helps you hold on to hope when everything around you seems hopeless. When you combine faith with positivity, you start to see the world differently. You start to see opportunities instead of obstacles. You begin to focus on what's possible rather than what's wrong. And that shift in mindset, that change in perspective becomes the key that unlocks the chains holding you back. It may not happen all at once, and it may not be easy, but as you step out in faith and speak words of positivity, the chains will begin to loosen. You are stronger than you think, and with God's help, nothing can keep you bound forever. Your breakthrough is on the way. Faith and positivity are the tools that will help you break free and walk into the life you were meant to live. So hold on to faith. Speak words of hope. Believe that freedom is not only possible, it's already yours. The chains that have held you down for so long are breaking now, and you are stepping into the fullness of life. Nothing can stop you. There's a truth that can bring you peace in the middle of the storm, a truth that can help you stand tall even when everything inside you feels like it's falling apart. Your feelings are temporary, but your strength is permanent. Feelings are powerful. They can flood your heart, cloud your thoughts, and make you feel like they are the only reality. When you're depressed, sadness can feel like a heavy weight that won't lift, like a fog that you can't escape. Anger, fear, loneliness, these emotions can seem so real, so consuming, that they shape the way you view yourself, your situation, and your future. But here's the important thing to remember. Feelings, no matter how intense, are temporary. One of the greatest lies depression tells you is that the way you feel right now is permanent, that you'll always be stuck in this place, that you'll always feel broken. But that simply isn't true. Your emotions are like the weather. They change. They come and go. There are days of sunshine and there are days of rain, but neither lasts forever. And the same goes for your feelings. Even in the midst of a deep struggle, when everything feels heavy, know this: you are more than what you feel in the moment. You are not defined by your sadness, by your doubts, or by your fears. You are stronger than the emotions that rise up within you. You have a deep well of strength inside of you, a strength that doesn't waver with the changing tides of your feelings. Your strength comes from a place that is not tied to circumstances. It comes from your spirit, from your determination, from your faith. Even when you don't feel strong, there is a strength in you that is unshakable. It's the resilience that gets you out of bed when all you want to do is stay hidden. It's the courage that pushes you to take one more step forward, even when you feel like you can't go on. It's the inner fortitude that rises up within you and says, I am not giving up today. The strength that lives inside you is permanent. It's a part of who you are. It's what enables you to overcome, to rise above, and to break through even the hardest moments. You may feel weak, you may feel overwhelmed, but your strength is unyielding. It's there when you need it most. It's important to acknowledge your feelings. Don't ignore them or push them away. Feelings are valid. They let us know what we're going through, and they can be signals that we need to take care of ourselves. But don't let them dictate your life. Don't let them convince you that you are weak, that you are stuck, that you can't go on. Remember, this too shall pass. The sadness, the loneliness, the pain you're feeling right now, It's not forever. And even when it feels like it will never end, trust that your strength will carry you through, because your strength is permanent and it will always be there to guide you toward better days. The darkest moments of life do not define you. The challenging seasons do not have the final word. You are stronger than you feel in the moment. And if you hold on to that truth, if you remind yourself of your inner strength, you will make it through. You will rise. So when you're feeling down, when it seems like your emotions are overwhelming, take a deep breath and remind yourself your feelings are temporary, but your strength is permanent. You are stronger than you think, and no matter what you face today, you are capable of overcoming it. Keep going, because your strength is always there, and it will lead you into brighter days. It's easy to look at the present moment, especially when life feels heavy or uncertain, and wonder if things will ever get better. When you're in the midst of struggle, it can feel like the best days of your life are behind you. Maybe you've experienced disappointment, loss, or pain, and it seems like joy is a distant memory. It's natural to feel this way, but let me remind you of a powerful truth. The best is yet to come. Right now, it may be hard to see it. You may be caught in the day-to-day challenges, trying to get through just one more hour, one more day. But I want you to know that where you are today is not the end of your story. Your journey isn't over. There are still beautiful chapters ahead, and the best chapters of your life are waiting to be written. There's a temptation to believe that the good things have already happened, that the opportunities have passed, that you've missed your chance. But the truth is, life is full of unexpected turns, new beginnings, and fresh possibilities. You don't know what's ahead, and that's what makes it so exciting. You don't know what's around the corner or what the next season will bring, but I promise you, it's something good. The best is not defined by what you've already experienced. It's not limited to the memories of the past. It's not about the victories you've had or the mistakes you've made. The best is what's still coming, the dreams that are still waiting to be realized, the love that hasn't yet entered your life, the success that is still on the horizon, the peace that is about to surround you. The best is ahead of you. Sometimes life throws us curveballs. We experience setbacks. Things don't go as planned, and we have moments where we wonder if it's all worth it. But those moments are not final. They are stepping stones leading to something better. What you're going through right now is not the end. It's simply a part of your story, shaping you, growing you, and preparing you for the incredible things that lie ahead. If you can hold on to the belief that the best is yet to come, if you can keep your heart open and your faith strong, you'll find that every day holds the potential for something new, something beautiful, and something unexpected. The key is to stay hopeful, to stay believing that there is more to your story. It's important to let go of past disappointments and future anxieties. Don't be stuck in what has happened or in what you fear might happen. The best is not in the past, and it's not in the future. It's in today, right now, and in the days that are yet to come. You have an unlimited potential for growth, for joy, for healing, and for success. Don't limit yourself to what you've already seen. The best is bigger than you can imagine. There are still relationships to be formed, passions to be pursued, mountains to be climbed. There is still joy to be experienced, dreams to be fulfilled, and a future full of promise waiting for you. Your best days are ahead of you, not behind you. So when life gets tough, when it feels like nothing is going right, remind yourself, the best is yet to come. Keep moving forward, keep hoping, and keep believing. The future is full of possibilities, and with each step, you are moving closer to the best version of your life. The future is bright, and the best is yet to come, so don't give up. The best is waiting just around the corner. As we come to the end of this moment together, I want to remind you of something important. You are not alone. Life may not always unfold the way we expect, but no matter what you're facing today, know that your story is far from over. Every challenge you encounter, every moment of struggle is just a chapter in the journey that is leading you to something greater. The best is yet to come. So keep moving forward. Keep believing in yourself, even when it's hard. Keep speaking life over your situation. And remember that every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward the future you deserve. The strength you need is already inside you. The best is not behind you. It's ahead of you, just waiting for you to claim it. Thank you for being here, for showing up. and for choosing to believe that better days are ahead. Keep your head up, keep your heart open, and keep your faith strong. The best is yet to come.